everyone, it's Norma, and I have been tagged. A few weeks ago, the Bronzeblogger started a tag video, and he calls it Fallgasm, and I think I must be the last person on earth to be tagged, whatever. I've been behind on my videos, and I spent this morning watching a lot of them. I haven't watched all of them yet. And so hopefully next weekend, or if I wake up early enough during the week, I can catch up on the rest of them, because I really enjoyed watching them and listening to people's answers. Now, I was tagged by Hadas Sher. She's in my candle group, and she's from Israel. So her video was really interesting because they don't experience a lot of the same things that we do in the U.S. So it was really interesting in how she answered some of the questions. So anyway, so she tagged me, and I decided after I watched a few more videos that, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So here it is, late on Sunday. I should be resting and relaxing, getting ready to watch the presidential debate, but I am going to be doing a Fallgasm tag video. So hopefully this won't take too long. So I try to write down all the questions as I was watching the different videos, so I may have some of these out of order, but I think I captured most of them. So, what do you love about fall? Well, I am really a summer person. I love like spring, summer, and fall. Those are like my three favorite seasons. Being in Michigan, we get all four seasons. But summer is, I love the flowers, I love the sunshine, I love the beach. I just love summer. That's my favorite season. I like spring and I like fall. I even like winter sometimes. I just don't like, the cold and the dreary days and, the traffic when you're stuck in the snow. And I mean, there's a lot of things about winter in the city that's not very appealing. But I do like fall. And one of the things about fall is, most people talk about, the cooler temperatures, which is, after, this past summer where we even had 90s in September, I'm really beginning to appreciate, the cooler, crisp temperatures. I mean, today was a perfect fall day. We had a high of 59, 60 degrees. The night is chilly, around 40, sunshine, but lots of clouds. I mean, today was like the perfect fall day. But what I really like about fall, and this goes back to when I was, in grade school, to me, fall signifies a new start. It's kind of like an unofficial new year. January 1st is, the traditional time where everybody, sets their goals. But to me, and I think it's just because, every time September hit, it's time to go to school, I start thinking about, okay, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to take a class? Whatever. So I just think it's a time of figuring out what you're going to do for the rest of the year and for the rest of your life. And it's just a time to kind of, start over. Yeah, maybe made your New Year's resolution in January, but you didn't really get around to it. So now, summer's over, fun and games are over. It's time to get to work. And I also love the vibrant fall colors. I like the early part of fall. I mean, fall technically runs from, the end of September through the end of December. But I like, when it's still like warm and you're not freezing, which kind of leads to the second question: what is your favorite fall month? I would have said September about a decade ago, but the weather's changed. I mean, I think there is a thing to this climate change, and I mean, I can remember like right after Labor Day, it would be chilly outside. We get, a frost. I used to be in band and have to do band practice, and be there at like 6:30 in the morning. And I can remember how cold it was early in September. And this month, like I said, we were in the 90s, the majority of the month it seemed. And we haven't had a frost yet, and here it is, almost the middle of October. So my favorite part would be like mid-September to mid-October. But if I had to pick just one month, I would probably say October, simply because that's when the cooler weather really starts to set in, but it's not terribly cold yet. The colors are so vibrant, like from mid to late October, you know, the leaves turn the beautiful, brilliant oranges and yellows and crimsons and reds, and you still get a lot of sunny days, but you're starting to get, some rainy days, and it's just, starting to think about, instead of being out and enjoying every bit of the warm weather and sunshine, you're starting to think about, staying in the house and getting cozy. So I guess I would have to say October. What is your favorite Starbucks drink? I don't go to Starbucks. I used to go to Starbucks, but I got away from it simply because they're just so expensive and they're so high in calories. So I do believe I've had a pumpkin spice latte once in my life, and I really didn't care for it. I just thought it was too sweet. I actually like, I got props, Seattle Best Dark Intense number 5. This is my favorite coffee. I don't like a lot of flavored type coffees. Like when I have coffee, I have it in the morning and I have it to wake myself up. So I really just like a nice, dark, rich coffee. And I usually use just a basic creamer. If I'm going to go with flavor, I would go with maybe a French vanilla, but it's not necessary. So if I'm going to spend that kind of money and have that kind of calories in a coffee, it better have some booze in it. It better be like a Spanish coffee or something like that. Otherwise, I just like my coffee kind of straight. Favorite fall treat? Well, I got some more props. Absolutely, hands down, my favorite fall treat is apple cider and donuts. And not just any apple cider and donuts. It has to be apple cider from Stony Creek, which is my favorite apple orchard to go to. And it has to be their cider donuts because I just love the way they make them. And, you have to eat them right when they're warm from the oven because then they're crispy and warm on the outside and soft and warm on the inside and rolled in cinnamon sugar. That is my absolutely, absolutely favorite fall treat. And I just got these today. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, favorite Bath and Body Works fall candle. All right, I had to narrow it down to 3. We got Home, Autumn, and then Pumpkin Pie. I like all 3 of these, so it was really, really hard to pick which one was my favorite. Because they're probably, all 3 are equal. I love them equally, but for different reasons. I love Home, which unfortunately is discontinued and they didn't bring it back. It's just that, sweet caramel comfort. It's like the caramel apple. I mean, just when you think of fall, especially like fall in Michigan, you think of apples, and then caramel apples just go along with it. And it's just got that warm, homey feeling. I just absolutely love it. The pumpkin pie, this is probably a really authentic pumpkin pie. You get the pumpkin, you get the pie crust. And Autumn is like a great transitional scent from summer to fall, but it's good for like all of the months. I'm one of the few people, I don't like scents like Home and pumpkin pie in the summer. You're not ever going to catch me burning those in the summer. I have to have fall, cooler weather, fall, winter. Autumn, on the other hand, I think is a scent you can burn maybe all year round. It's fresh. It's got the pine, a hint of the apple, and it's just so clean and fresh and bracing, but it just smells like fall. So it was really, really hard. And then I finally got it down to these 2. And then I finally decided on Autumn. So that would be probably my very favorite Bath and Body Works scent. Now, I just finished one. I just did my empties video, and I had one in this packaging. I had puny wicks in it, but we're not going to talk about burn issues. We're just going to talk about scent. So my favorite Bath & Body Works fall scent is Autumn. Maybe I'll just leave that there because it looks pretty. Okay. So what's the next question? What's your favorite Yankee? Okay, once again, I had to narrow it down to 3. Okay, this was really hard because Yankee does a lot of really, really good fall scents. Once again, we're not going to get into throw. We're not going to get into burn issues. We're just going to talk about the scent themselves. So these are 3 of my very favorite scents: Apple Pumpkin, Autumn Lodge, and Pumpkin Wreath. And once again, this is really, really hard to pick. Autumn Lodge and Pumpkin Wreath are retired scents. So I've seen Pumpkin Wreath. I just saw Pumpkin Wreath at TJ Maxx the other day, and I was tempted to pick some up, but I'm trying to hold to my wax band as much as possible. I may rethink that because I really do love the scent, and like I said, it's retired. It's like an apple pumpkin with cedar, and Autumn Lodge is like a cherry pipe tobacco. Although to me, Autumn Lodge, I rarely burn it in the fall. I made this year. I didn't burn it at all last year, so this year I'm definitely burning it. But I tend to like it more in the winter, like after the holidays. So because of that, even though it's called Autumn Lodge, I said, to me, this is more of a winter type scent. So I got it down to Apple Pumpkin and Pumpkin Wreath, and I end up going with Apple Pumpkin because it's still available. It's a classic Yankee scent, and some people just don't like the cedar and pumpkin wreath. So if I was having company over something, some people might not like that. Most people, unless you absolutely detest apple, you absolutely detest pumpkin. Most people like Apple Pumpkin. It's just like the quintessential fall type of scent. And it's really yummy, and I hope mine throws this year. That's all I can say. Okay, so what's next? Okay. Favorite fall clothing. I don't like a lot of fall clothing. Like I said, I'm a summer girl. I like lightweight clothing. I don't like to be bogged down in heavy sweaters and coats and hats and scarves and mittens and boots. I don't like it. I don't like my clothing to weigh me down. I don't. I mean, I see so many girls, they look so cute in their boots and their oversized sweaters and their scarves, and I just love the way it looks on other people, but I don't like it on me. I mean, almost all year round, you're going to see me in 3/4 sleeves, not long sleeves, and the lightest weight type of clothing I can get away with, except in the deepest, coldest winter days. Then you'll see me get bundled up. But other than that, I don't. So I'd have to say my favorite fall clothing is probably like my favorite clothing item to wear, and that's going to have to be black stretchy pants. You can't have too many black stretchy pants as far as I'm concerned. Favorite fall soap. I do not want to smell like a cookie. I do not want to smell like a pie. I do not want to smell like a cake. I don't want to smell syrupy, molassy, pumpkin-y. No, I want my soaps to be fresh and clean. I can do a vanilla base. Lavender is like my all-time favorite. But right now, I actually have to say I'm kind of into warm vanilla sugar. I actually really, really like Wild Madagascar vanilla from Bath & Body Works, but I don't like it in the soap. I had 2 of the soaps, and I don't know if I just had a bad batch, but they smelled really funky to me. They didn't smell like, you know, the cream or lotion or the mist, which I love the smell in those other forms, but I did not like it in the soap. But I really like the warm vanilla sugar right now. Other than that, I would have to say like anything that was lavender. And favorite fall color? Well, I love the rich colors of fall. I love the yellow and the oranges and the crimsons and the reds and the purples. And I love the way they all look together. And I love the way they look against the bright blue sky with the white clouds. And I love the bright, brilliant colors against a cold gray sky. I just love the fall colors. But if I had to pick one, it'd be down between the purple and the red. And I probably would have to go with the red. Kind of like, you know, this color where it's somewhere in between an orange and a red. And there's one tree, I don't know what the name of it is, that it's like this color. It's just like beautiful crimson, you know, orangish reddish color, and it's just so spectacular looking. And that would be probably my favorite fall color. Okay, so favorite fall activity, that would be going to my Stony Creek apple orchard and picking apples and getting cider and donuts. Absolutely, hands down, that is my favorite fall activity. Fondest fall memory. Well, you know, some of the memories I have, you know, we're going back to my childhood. I can remember, you know, my parents raking the leaves, and we get the big piles of leaves and we jump into them. And then back in the day, you know, the city used to let you burn your leaves, and I just loved, you know, the smell of the burned leaves where we're outside in the crisp air. And then, you know, you go in the house and you have like some hot cider, some hot cocoa, some warm soup, oatmeal cookies. So that's a really great fall memory, you know, and just like going to the apple orchard, of course. But, you know, when I really thought about it, my really favorite fall memory, it would be late fall, and it would be at my school. I went to a Lutheran high school that was connected to a church, and it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place to grow up. And I can remember it was sometime in November, like mid-November. I'm pretty sure it was like right before the Thanksgiving holiday, like that week before the holiday break or the week before. And the ladies of the church would have a church bazaar, and then we would have a sauerkraut supper, you know, with the pork and sauerkraut in the fellowship hall. And, you know, for a couple days ahead of time, you could smell the pork and sauerkraut cooking throughout the school, and the ladies would be setting up the bazaar, and it was the precursor to Christmas. And after we come back from, you know, Thanksgiving break, then we'd start, you know, with our Christmas pageant rehearsal. And I just remember, you know, the Christmas bazaar and the sauerkraut supper. It made such an impression on me because it was the beginning of the holiday season, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. And to this day, when we have our family Christmas on New Year's Day, because that's the only time we can really get everybody together, I always make pork and sauerkraut because it just reminds me of that wonderful time at Holy Cross. Okay, favorite fall tune. I had to think about this for a minute because I was like, I don't have any favorite fall tunes. But then, you know, I was listening to other people when they were doing the tag video, and the first thing that really came into my mind was Michael Jackson's Thriller. It came out on November 30th, 1982, and, you know, it was on the album Thriller, which was just a record-breaking album. You know, if you didn't know who Michael Jackson was before that album came out, you definitely knew who he was after that. But that song Thriller, it really changed the music video industry, and it was just it was incredible. I mean, back when it came out in 1982, we'd never seen anything like that. And Michael Jackson was the music with his dancing and his singing, and it was something. So I would have to say Michael Jackson's Thriller. Favorite fall costume? Well, I don't do Halloween anymore, so I don't get dressed up or go to parties or anything. I just don't get invited. But I guess my favorite fall costume was when I was in 3rd grade. I played Glinda the Good Witch, and I remember I had some kind of like eggshell, pinkish pink, long dress. I don't know if it was like a dress from my mom or some kind of nightgown. I don't think it's like a nightgown, but it was just like a long, silky, peachy pink gown, and made out of cardboard and glitter. We made my wand with a star and a crown. And I just loved getting all pretty and girly and sparkly. That was my favorite fall costume. My favorite fall movie, I don't do horror movies. I don't do, murder slash movies. I don't like anything scary. I don't like to be scared. So I would have to say Phantom of the Opera. I just love this movie. I remember years ago watching it in black and white, and I loved it then. I've read the book. In case you've never read the book, it's pretty dark. The Phantom is not romantic at all in the book, but I really love what Andrew Lloyd Webber did with it, and I just absolutely love watching this movie. You get a cool fall weekend where it's kind of rainy, you don't want to go anywhere, light up my candles, plug in this movie. Hey, I'm happy. Favorite Halloween candy? I don't like most of the Halloween candy out there, like, candy corn and stuff like that. I always like chocolate. I can remember as a kid, going out trick-or-treating, and we get our pillowcases and fill them up and then go back and get more. And my favorite thing was always like the miniature chocolate bars that people would give, like the Nestle Crunch, Milky Way. If it was chocolate, I liked it. So now I don't, it's ironic because I don't really like milk chocolate anymore. I only like dark chocolate. So, anything dark chocolate with nuts would be my favorite candy now. Okay. Hayride or haunted house? I don't like to be scared. I don't like haunted houses. I've done them, but I will never do them again. So I definitely have to say hayride. In fact, I went to the apple orchard today, and it's like an old-fashioned farm. And what they do is they take you out on the hayride. They get the tractor with a wagon full of bales of hay, and they drive you out to the apple orchard, and you can pick your apples and then come back and have your cider and donuts. So definitely hayride. No haunted hayrides. It has to be in broad daylight. Although they do one, I saw that they had a poster that would be nice if I didn't live so far away. They do it at night, and then they do a bonfire. That would be cool. Okay, what is this? Corn maze or pumpkin patch? I would have to say pumpkin patch. I've never done a corn maze. I don't think I've done a corn maze, but I have done a maze before. And like I said, I don't like to get scared. I kind of like starting out in one because it's kind of intriguing to see if I can find my way. But I always manage to get myself separated from the group, and then I'm on my own. And then I can't figure how to get out, and then panic sets in, and then I get scared. So, yeah. And then, like other people have commented, creepy things can be hidden in those corn mazes. So I'll stick a pumpkin patch, like Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Halloween or Thanksgiving? Hands down, Thanksgiving. When I was a kid, I liked Halloween. I liked going out, getting dressed up, and going out and getting the candy. The Halloween parties, dunking for apples, that kind of thing. But I don't really celebrate Halloween anymore. I don't have kids. I live in a neighborhood where we don't get any trick-or-treaters. So to me, Halloween is just pretty much another day. But Thanksgiving, I really love Thanksgiving. I was born on Thanksgiving Day, so of course it's always special to me. But it's like the one holiday where it's not really commercial yet. I mean, you don't have to go out and buy people presents. It's just a time to get together with family and friends and be thankful for what you have. And you get to eat. So I would hands down say Thanksgiving. Favorite Thanksgiving food? Turkey. I like it all. I really, really do. I like, the mashed potatoes, the corn, the pumpkin pie, the green bean casserole, whatever, other side dishes or desserts you want to have. But to me, if you don't have a turkey, and there was a Thanksgiving that I went to one time that a in-law did, we didn't have a turkey. And there was another Thanksgiving I went, we didn't have pumpkin pie. You have to have in my book, you have to have a turkey and you have to have a pumpkin pie, or it's not Thanksgiving. Now, I know a lot of people, I think almost everyone in the tag videos that I've seen so far said they love the stuffing, the dressing, and I like that too, but I liked my dad's stuffing. When he was alive, he used to make a stuffing with ham and pepperoni. He would take the ham and pepperoni, put it in an old-fashioned meat grinder, and then mix it with stovetop stuffing as the base, but then he would use onions and garlic and celery, excuse me, and that was like the best stuffing. And every year I say I need to try to recreate it because I don't remember exactly how it was done, but I think I can get it pretty darn close. So I think I'm going to try to make it this year. We are actually having our Thanksgiving a little bit early because my niece is coming in from California and she misses having Thanksgiving with the family. So I'm going to try to make that stuffing, but it's got to be the turkey. You got to have the turkey. Apple pie or pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie. I like apple pie, but you can have apple pie all year round. It's there all the time. It's easy to find, easy to get. But you usually can only get pumpkin pie around in the fall around Thanksgiving. And I like pie. I'm not really a cake person. I'm not a huge, big dessert person, to tell you the truth. But I just love pumpkin pie. I really, really do. But I got to show you guys something that I picked up at the apple orchard today. Okay, so I was standing in line to get my donuts. I saw in the window that they have pumpkin spice apple pie. So I decided I needed to try this because I love apple pie and I love pumpkin spice in the pumpkin pie. I think I need another taste. You guys, this is really darn good. This is really good. It's definitely apple pie, but with that pumpkin spice, it gives it a little unexpected kick. Oh my God, you guys, this is good. It's almost enough to make me want to change my answer, but I think I'm going to stick with the pumpkin pie. But this is really good. And last but not least, apple cider or hot cocoa. Apple cider. I'm not, like I said, a huge sweet person, and so hot cocoa to me is just like a sweet drink. I liked it more when I was a kid, and I especially like it when you make hot cocoa from scratch with the, the Hershey's cocoa and the milk, and you heat up over the stove. But to me, it's more like a winter drink. I can remember, like, when I was a little kid and we come in from playing in the snow or ice skating or something like that, always having hot cocoa. I like it when it's cold and snowy. But fall, it's got to be the apple cider because you can drink it hot. You can drink it warm. You can put cinnamon sticks in it. It's just, yeah, apple cider, hands down. So there you have it. That is my answer to the fall tag. Like I said, so many people have been tagged already, and I haven't watched all of them, so I don't know of the candle YouTubers out there who has been tagged, who hasn't. So I'm going to say, if you want to do this video and you haven't been tagged yet, consider yourself tagged. And I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the videos. And if you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below. And have a blessed day.